what would it mean to you to learn some creative methods to stir your creativity? My name is Molly Deimeke, and I'm here to share with you for art's sake. As a national educator with John Paul Mitchell Systems, we get to expand our creativity and learn some new options for our guests. We're all thirsty for new ways to color our hair. All of our guests asked for what might be new. Now we've got some new tricks to share with them. Are you ready to get started? We are going to work with a model today. Come right in. Who is getting the Fifi color technique off the Color XG. So, and this is off the Color XG, but it is off for Art's Sake collection. So we've got her parted off. As you can see, a point. I've already pre-applied the color in through the bottom so we can make this a nice little, and you can see the V here, and then the V, and it kind of raises right here above the second ear, and then the V again, and to the point. So, look down. You can see sort of on the top, here you go, the V. Once again, the V from another angle, and the V from over here. And just once again in the back. So this is slightly off to the left side. This V is slightly pushed off to the left side. This one is just slightly U-ed on this. It's a slight U right there. Then, once again, now on Fifi's technique, they included all of the fringe, but because we're working on some great coverage, we want to leave this as the lighter shade. So all in through the bottom has already been applied at 5 in 20 volume for our great coverage. So we're going to cover the bottom with foils, and maybe this will give you even a better visual of the placement of that exact technique. So we are working with, for art's sake, is just a great little twist to giving us some creative options for our guest. We are also using the Color XG. Specifically, it has amazing benefits for this particular guest because of her particular needs. Really, the Color XG is a dream come true because it is a permanent cream hair color. And let's switch this way. The permanent cream hair color. So once again, before I get started on this too much more, as you can see from right here on the top, roll around one more time so we can see now that the foil is applied. You can see that placement. Once again, see this V and this V, and then once again a V and a V. So basically you have 4 V's, but they're slightly offset. So not specifically exactly at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock and 3 and 9, but a little offset can give it a more natural, maybe sun-kissed, but creative feel. So we are going to be using the Color XG in through all of this is 5 in, 20 volume for the gray coverage, the color XG, because we want a little bit more depth in through the bottom. Then in through the top, all of this area, we'll be getting G and 7 in B. I want a little bit of warmth to her. I like a little bit of that contrast from the cool, more straight neutral, but in is a little tiny bit double dose of neutrals. So it gives us a tiny touch of a cooler aspect. And then the top, I'm liking the warmth that I'm already seeing on my model. So I'm liking the warmth, so I'm sticking with 7G and 7NB to get that nice warmth tonality that is always good. And then the other thing about the Fifi hair color technique, once again, we're expanding our creativity. And how many people, they want the highlights, they ask for the highlights. So we're gonna give, on the Fifi technique, that's the fun thing, is right here, and look at right in the very beginning, well, that's already natural blonde. Scooch this. That's already natural blonde. So we're gonna do a foil with Synchro Lift. Synchro Lift is an amazing dream come true for us colorists because highlights, everybody pretty much, if someone gets highlights, they get highlights time and time again. So Synchro Lift lifts hair, can lift hair up to 7 levels, but it has a potato starch in it. And the potato starch is exactly what protects it, and protects it from the over-processing that happens with other lightening aspects. Not particularly me with Paul Mitchell, because I love my reaction, know exactly how to utilize my Synchro Lift, my dual purpose lightener, and my Lighten Up. And depending on what fabric I'm working on and what result I want, I have something for every guest. Now the Synchro Lift with that potato starch, it is not only gentle on the hair, but once again on the scalp. And there we go. On the Fifi, she gets 1 foil, just that is a horizontal, but horizontal right in through. You can pick which side, but on Fifi it is off to the side. But that's perfect because on my model she parts off to that side. So we can make that highlight go all the way to the back area here. If we want it into her crown, or there we go. This is just, and then does she want a little peekaboo of that blonde towards the back? I'd say yes. I'd say yes. There we go. So right here you can see this part right here. All right, then I'm going to jump right over here. And do my, so once again, Synchro Lift. How many times we highlight over highlight over highlight. I just love how soft it is to the hair, and to have a guest not have one They're like, oh, my hair feels great. I just got it highlighted and it feels great. That's incredible. Totally incredible. What a way to stand apart from other lighteners in the industry. I personally love my Synchro Lift when I need that 7 levels of lift, but I need that gentleness to it. I love my dual purpose lightener. It's my go-to. I just can't get enough of my dual purpose lightener because it's like the muscle. Sometimes you need the muscle, sometimes you need the gentle, but still the 7 levels of lift. Lighten up, 5 levels of lift. So once again, we still get the lift and we still get the gentle, but sometimes you need 5 levels, sometimes you need 7 levels. Options beyond options. Paul Mitchell keeps us so well provided with something to fit every one of our needs, depending on what it may be. So now you can see that she has got all the color in through the bottom and then the 2 foils right in the top. So now we're going to jump in with our 7 in B, excuse me, and 7G. We put a 5, and now I want a little contrast. I want it to blend, but I want a little contrast. So that's why I put the 7 in through the top 5, 7. I think 2 levels is perfect to show you the difference in the 2 colors, but still blend. The 2 level difference is definitely going to be a blending, which once again with color, gotta go for those guest needs. 100% of those guest needs. Okay. And now the color XG, since we're getting to play with it, is unsurpassed performance, brilliant results. Brilliant results. I absolutely just love how we now have a color that was made by professionals in Italy. So now we have another thing to stand apart from the color. I'm already in love with the color, but now we have something, another option to give us a little more flavor in different directions. Unsurpassed performance, brilliant results. The Color XG has a dye smart system that has maximum penetration. Maximum. So imagine maximum penetration, what do you get? Greater longevity and vibrancy in the red tones. And some of the other colorful tones, you also get a little more vibrancy. So that is the Dye Smart system, the maximum color penetration, greater longevity, and vibrancy. Also on the Color XG, you have a Pure XG protection system. Pure XG protection system is made up of rice milk and cottonseed oil. These two create shiny, healthy hair. Once again, I am clearly in love with hair color. But if we do have this protection system in the hair color, so you can color your hair and still have it be shiny and healthy, which is an incredible service or part of the color service that you're offering your guest that may stand apart from others. Also we have it is 100%, which is why this is working great on Susan. This is 100% gray coverage. So she, especially we can see that up here, towards the front. we love the gray coverage because the color is opaque. And opaque versus translucent, we know we're going to get 100% gray coverage with opaque. However, now hers isn't this way, but some people's is resistant gray hair. It doesn't want anything to do with color. So the Color XG, because of its 100% gray coverage and it's opaque, it will deal with that resistant gray hair. Also, it has natural looking results. So important that they end up looking so natural. Let's see. So the regrowth is that much easier on, yes, the gray clients as well as anybody. I personally love to go through and do all the regrowth first to get that, to making sure I'm hitting all my areas, and then I'll go through and get the ends. Scooch over, please. So now on the other side of the little two foils that we have right here on the top, once again, getting that regrowth, and you can see I'm getting right into my V right there. So back to the XG, the color, we've got our 100% gray coverage, our Pure XG protection system, as well as the Dye Smart system. There are 89 brilliant shades. That is 79 brilliant blended shades with vibrant reds. And I have to say, the coppers are also beautiful and vibrant, as well as some of the golds. I just love the vibrancy of any shade. Once again, our guest asked for some vibrancy in this, so our formulation is endless. Then we have, within the 86 shades, with 79 blended, we also have exceptional high lifts. With as many blondes that come in and out of our chairs, high lifts are such a key point of our industry. High lifts, but then what also stands XG the color apart? Intensifiers. We now have 6 intensifiers. They can seriously add to your permanent color in such a magical way, because the intensifiers come in basically yellow, gold, yellow, red, orange, purple, blue, I think even green. However, these intensifiers, you can intermix them with any of the color. The Paul Mitchell, the XG color, you can intermix them. So if you want to take your color to the next level, you just intermix some of that intensifier, and you get the pop you're looking for. Because today we're looking for the gray coverage, I have not utilized the intensifier on Susan. However, this is also showing you can just utilize these color techniques with any color shade that you choose. Originally, this color technique was done with all intensifiers. The blues, the greens, the very, very pretty ones. So, but we are going more of a neutral tone today, but we're using that same color technique. Now, the next trick is utilizing your Paul Mitchell. I love my tools, my Paul Mitchell bowl and my Paul Mitchell brush. Utilize this color brush as if it were kind of like a toothbrush. You can just use that to 100% saturate. Because of the teeth in this brush, 100% saturate. Just by putting those teeth through the hair. And look at that. Now I know I'm 100% saturated. Another trick, because once again, Paul Mitchell's all about giving us tricks. Use your tail comb. After using my color brush to saturate, I was thinking, I'm good, I've got it saturated. But then to see the results you can get of saturating with the comb is incredible. I thought I had great saturation before, and now I have incredible saturation. So goodbye to every single one of those little gray hairs. None of them ever like to peek out past my color brush application, but I know I'm 110% safe with the comb. And once again, just 100% saturating over here. Combing it all the way through. To really give you evidence is, look at how this color comes off on this brush. You know your saturation is complete. Just going to put it in a little top knot right there. So the little top knot helps keep all the body heat in. There we go. Okay. Let's get one real slow spin around. Real slow spin around. So we can see from the front, the V there. And I'll just take these off so you guys get a real visual of the entire application here. Okay, spin. Okay, there's this V. Keep going. You can see it right here. There you go, the V. Now let's just stop right here. Because once again, now you can really visualize how that V is just slightly off to one side, just slightly. And then this one actually goes more towards the ear and then up. And then depending on the length, you can make that V as deep or as narrow as you'd like. Same as this, you can make that as deep or as narrow as you'd like. And then just two little foils right up there. Okay, so we've shown you the Fifi color placement from the XG The Shines, XG The Color, as well as For Art's Sake. This is Fifi.